o'clock had all left. Why didn't y'all say something?
We were too dedicated, and I told the fire chief, I said, sit down and wait.
Oh, man.
Get back. He was.
You're gonna make a really good county judge. You are so full of bull. That's why when Joe walked in, I said, you need to defend yourself, but he didn't hear what I said. Then how you know what?
This guy right here,
You're used to it, aren't
we
you?
come in peace, and they launch mortars from the south side of the parking lot over there.
Okay, we have no action to take out of the executive session, so we will go to the city manager's briefing.
Really on the GLO project, we finally got through all our environmental study review process. I just finished up the third change that they had to the way they're going to do it. So hopefully we can really get moving on that now that we've got all that behind us. As for the H&H study, the study's begun, and on paper it should be done by 2023. The engineers that are working on that study said that they should be done way before then, but just to be safe, they want to put 2023 as their completion date. Wastewater treatment plant, the funds that were left over, we're working on the Highway 6 sewer line. That project's under the way. They bored this week, right, Bobby? Last week, and
I don't know if they got the casing in, but they got the highway board.
so, but it's well on their way, and they should be through within the month on that. TxDOT and the exit ramp, I met with the TxDOT representative, the lady that's over that project on moving the exit ramp and putting up the lights and the new turn lane in out there where the Goodwill and the Maverick at across from the Dairy Queen. She assured me that we're going to have lights on both the north and southbound side of 20. Going to be timed with Walmart, but they're also going to put like a flashing yellow light where it comes to 45 miles an hour around the curve as you're going to the lake and down the hill, just to warn everybody that, hey, there's a light up there now, not so, because I think that's going to be a trouble there for a little while. She said that the plans are still going to move the exit ramp at some point, but it's still just a little further back. But they're going to put a turn lane in, basically starting where the Goodwill is and going towards the Dairy Queen, and probably going to loop all the way back around to the Bankhead Highway to help alleviate some of that congestion right there. They're going to start on that. She said probably will not see trucks there doing light installation till October, and really surveyors are probably going to start next month on the turn lane, and she's hoping the whole project, that whole area will be complete by December. If TxDOT moves that fast, we'll see. And that's really about all I have.
Okay, any questions for JoJo?
I'm gonna do the code report also. As you see, we had 19 cases open at the beginning of the period, which was down from December. We opened 21 new cases, closed 30, and we have 10 at the end. 10 at the end of the month. We assessed $473 worth of fines. We didn't collect any. We didn't have anybody sit in jail this time. So really, I would see the next month or so, if it warms up, that we'll really start hitting it hard then, weeding debris and stuff like that. So that's about all I have there.
Okay. You good with that? Any questions on the code? Keith?
Well, we continue to have well over 200 calls for service a month. We see we had 12 arrests for 33 charges. You know, that's almost 3 charges per arrest that we're getting.
That's a lot of charges.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. The guys are doing a really good job. Our traffic's good. Our warnings are, you know, where I like to see them, you know. The other thing, and you can't see it because it looks like it got cut off here, but we, out of those, separately, not out of the 233, but separately, we had 206 business checks, which we only had 93 in December. So the guys are really picking up the ball on checking businesses and checking, which is, you guys are businessmen, I know you appreciate that. McDade, saw this $16,000 theft there at Walmart. The guy jumped the counter, or got behind the counter and busted the lock off and stole $16,000 worth of jewelry. And McDade wound up being able to put a case on him, but the guy was in jail in Lubbock for the same daggone thing. So we got him transferred over here, but he didn't want to talk to Scott for some reason. And Scott's a nice guy. But the other thing I gave you guys, and I apologize that I couldn't get you the racial profiling report quicker, but and you guys are welcome to if I can answer any questions that you got possibly. But if you want to look at it and then ask me next time, or if you have a question between now and the next meeting, I'll be happy to answer. But what happened was we run all our traffic through CopSync. That's supposed to be a few clicks and then I've got a racial profiling report. Well, I did, but then the genders were off 9 from the total stops. So I didn't know if it was males, females, I didn't know what race they were, didn't know nothing. So got CopSync involved and they came back and they said, well, we need to know on these 9 tickets, we gotta know, you look up what their gender is. Why? They wanted me to do that because they got access the same stuff. But I said, whatever, because I was trying to get ready. And I already told Mr. Osnick that we were gonna be trying to get this done. Well, they got it Friday. I worked on this thing all day Friday trying to work with them, and they said, man, run it. It's gonna be, checks in the mail from the government. I'm here to help. Well, then we were off 1. They said, well, we're gonna have to work on it. The person that was working on it's gone home. So I said, okay. I said, I really need this thing by Tuesday afternoon. Well, to make a long story short, we were off Monday. Got an email from them with a different citation that they wanted me to check the gender on. And we got that done. The lieutenant got that done for me. And then we finally this afternoon at like 4:30, where he's giving me the numbers and I'm inputting it into our TCO report. And finally I hit submit and it actually goes and everybody's happy. So this is why I'm so late on that deal. But like I said, if you guys got a question, I'll be happy to answer. The other thing, we had kind of a near miss and giving Dan some credit here. I actually called Mr. O earlier and I said, well, I got bad news. And I wish I could say I had good news and bad news. I said, all I got is bad news. He said, what is it? I said, well, we're gonna probably have to spend about $5,000 because WatchGuard is saying that to migrate the old server, because the $47,000 computer grant that we got was to replace, part of that was to replace that WatchGuard server. It was gonna take up $3,000 to $5,000 to migrate that stuff over. Well, Dan explained it to our IT people, that's all I'm gonna say. And they understood that Dan was a little annoyed and that I was probably gonna be annoyed, and they figured out a way to do that and didn't cost the city nothing.
Right.
So hallelujah. So Dan done good.
Yeah.
So that's my report and I'm sticking to it.
Anybody have any questions of the chief about any of that good stuff? Is this the new format of this form?
Yes, sir. The state keeps changing stuff up, but our numbers are good. And again,
Not if you're a white male.
yeah, well, if you're white now, you're kind of gonna get stopped. But one thing, I've got Dan and Scott, the patrol sergeant, are routinely pick videos at random, and they just review them for two things. One, to make sure that the numbers that we're looking at confirm by the video that we're not doing racial profiling. But the second thing is we look at that for training, because we can look at an officer and how he does a particular deal, where he's standing, how he parked, do whatever, and then you can have a constructive one-on-one with them to say, man, looking at one of your videos and maybe you need to park a little bit further back, need to angle your car a little bit more. You thought about coming up on the passenger side, not on the driver's side. And so we've got both of those going at the same time, along with we periodically look at the racial profile numbers to make sure that we're not racial profile. But our demographics are our demographics.
Do you have an extra copy for me? It's got
$20.
Put it on.
Anything else for the chief? Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, sir.
And the real chief.
Wow, that hurt.
Oh, wait, he's got the gun on him.
Wait a minute.
Let me rethink that. Joe, how you doing, sir?
Good, thank you. If I can borrow a little bit of y'all's time, I have 2 reports for December, and I'd like to go over that real quick, because that's our end of the year summary that we missed from the January commission. We had some COVID issues in the fire department, and we had a large grass fire in Carbon.
Oh, that's right.
So we was asked for an excused absence, from that commission meeting, but, we totaled out, December, 65 runs, put us at 2.1 a day, 42 in the city, 20 in the county, and we went and helped our neighbors 4 times. We installed 1 smoke detector. It looks like we're gonna protect every residence in the city, 1 smoke detector a month. And we're gonna get it done, so we had 9 calls after 10 o'clock at night and before 7 in the morning. We attended 2 structure fires, 4 grass fires, 2 vehicle fires, and 28 times we went out and assisted one of the medics on a medical type incident. 9 motor vehicle accidents, 8 public assists, and 11 fire or alarm investigations. And we had 1 special rescue. So looking at our year in summary, that kind of tells you what we did for the 365. We ended up with 772 calls, and that did put us over 2 a day for the year at 2.1. 75% of the time we're in the city, with 21% in the county. And then that's kind of the statistics for the year that I wanted to touch on. In December, our firefighter of the year was Joe Williamson. Rookie of the year for 2021 was Eli. And Eli really demonstrated the participation and the performance for that recognition award. It was an honor to let him obtain that award, and he sure deserved it.
Wasn't he here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mhm. And again, we had the Carbon fire as well. We missed the attendance of the last commission meeting. For the month of January, we ended up with 75 calls, and it put us at 2.4 calls a day, 58 within the city limits, and 13 times outside the city limits in the county. And again, 4 times we went and assisted our neighbors, installed 1 smoke detector, and had 12 incidents after 10 o'clock and before 7 in the morning. We attended 5 structure fires in January of 2022.
Okay, what you're reading is not on our report. You aware of that?
The second.
Yes, sir, I'm sorry, there should have been
Oh, I'm
2
sorry.
submitted.
Thank you. I didn't even look at that back there. I was ready for the next.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Also,
You're good.
the December of 2021 will kind of end out that format, and I'll be kind of on the same page with so that's why the format changed on that one. So 5 structure fires in the month of January, which kept us pretty busy. And then we attended 7 grass fires in January, and if you kind of look at that number, we're starting to see a little bit of increase. And then next month at the meeting, when we look at the reports, you'll see what we've done in February. We've started to hit that high grass fire risk, and we're seeing that. Of course, the weather change here has helped us. 0 vehicle fires, and 32 times we medical assisted one of the medics. 8 motor vehicle accidents, 7 public assist, and 16 either fire alarm or some type of special investigation. So we're at 296 runs for the fiscal year. And it's at 2.4 runs. So just for our quarter, we're up 3/10 of a run for the first quarter of our statistics. And, let's see, so, a couple of the, things we've got going, we're in the process of putting together our communication packet that we're presenting to the county for the supported ARPA funds, and this is gonna be a tremendous benefit to the county, and to the city of Eastland also, and we're utilizing those ARPA funds to support that. We're looking forward to that. We have a county chiefs meeting on February the 28th, where we're gonna collaboratively look at some of these options and what we're trying to do. We filed for $80,000 worth of grants. We looked into some webinars and kind of researched the AFG grants, and so the year before we filed about $800,000, and it may have been such of an overshot that it didn't make us look appealing to be awarded those grants when you maybe asked too much for too much. Yeah. So we kind of went more of a conservative, hoping that we can get some true needs and maybe leave out some of the wants and desires. We have a vacancy in the fire department with a resignation. So we will be this week putting out our job vacancy advertisement, and we'll be looking forward to adding a new staff member to the team real soon. One of the things that we're really excited about, we've been in communication with TxDOT in reference to some of the potential hazardous issues that we have with traffic and foot traffic in front of the station, with emergency vehicles departing and returning back to the station on Seaman Street. A lot of different periods of the day, the traffic is, we have a busier traffic area. And so this project started right at January of 2021. There was contact with TxDOT and discussing some of these potential issues, and we've kind of gone back and forth. So the communication was we were going to start tracking what we considered as near misses or events that could have been potential, either motor vehicle accidents or whatever. And so I was contacted by the one of the project managers at TxDOT, and we are going to get a wireless traffic control device that will be placed on the north end of Seaman for southbound traffic, and on the south end of Seaman for northbound traffic, that we will be able to manually control with essentially a garage door opener type device that will initiate warning signals that emergency vehicles are approaching the street or returning. So
after you take off, you want to be sure to turn that thing off. You know,
that is a very good point. They're timed. They're typically timed, and you can adjust the timing for so that you know it'll initiate the warning device, and then your chosen time will send it back to normal. I've seen these devices before, and they will hang up, and the phone calls will they find out who to call. You know what I mean? So,
Us.
yeah. Of course, your cell phone number will be on the side right there in the event. So, and then just a little quick deal. Well, our chili cook-off was scheduled for January 29th. It's just a community event, no entry fee. There is a first, second, and place, and third place prize with a trophy, and that's January 26th from 4:30 till.
Did you say January?
February. I'm sorry, February. It was January 29th, and we canceled it because of the COVID cases that were active. So we rescheduled it for February 26th. It's this weekend coming up. So we'd love to see you all there.
Judge.
All right.
Yeah, so, and then just
What do we give the money to?
to kind of describe some of the good things that happened today, we had a structure fire on Font Street at 11:30 this morning. It was our 6th call of the day at 11:30 this morning. We just made another one, was our 7th call of the day. So
Do we have a foreign fire truck in town today?
We had, 3 of them.
There was a T something on the side of it, what was that?
So it was probably tender 4 out of Cisco.
Okay.
Yeah, so on the structure fire, we had engine 6 and ladder 6 from our station, attended, and then, Olden had an engine, Ranger sent an engine, and then Cisco sent a tender over to assist us with that. So we had 8 members on the scene, which, I think is a very good turnout for the volunteers on a
One was female.
Tuesday. We had, actually 2 of them were female today. They're some of our newer members, and they are excited, they're participating, and they're doing fantastic. And then the other thing too is our Battalion 6 is being staffed almost 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, minus 1 or 2 days. And then the volunteers are also starting to take participation where the Suburban is going home. So we had a run at 2 o'clock this morning. We had volunteers show up in our Suburban assisting. So we're getting that activity is becoming utilized. So good things happening in the Eastland Fire Department. I'm happy to report that. Thank you for your time.
We're happy you're there and taking care of it.
Was there an occupant in the structure this morning?
It was unoccupied when we arrived, yes.
You found a source of it?
It pointed straight to electrical, and it matched the homeowners, the testimony to what they had, they were working on a problem there. It ended up being right in there with,
I'm gonna assure the fire chief, when he's not here, that I take care of him with these meetings.
yeah, I feel it.
He takes care of you.
Yeah, I can only.
It does. You know what I'm saying? All right, anything else? Joe, thank all of you. Appreciate it. Bob, you got anything? You're not on the list, but you will let you. I know you love talking.
I don't talk much.
Thank all you guys. You're the 3 leaders of what we got going on here. We appreciate it. All of y'all, our staff and second. Do we adjourn?
I guess they
I'm not calling for that motion.
I don't know.
Y'all we have been, Leslie, thank you, probably you made this happen, but the people we give hotel motel tax money to have turned in their reports for the quarter. So if you haven't noticed that in the back of your packet. Huh?
Roma prompted him.
Roma did, thank you. The big stick, we got the heavy after, but we got the big stick. Thank y'all. We got a motion to adjourn from Cecil and a second from Richard. Is that right?
I made the motion.
You made the motion, you made the second. Very good. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
We set this paper right there.
You want